Okay, hi and welcome to Simple Wargaming. Today we're going to go over building the playmatches. I've obviously reviewed a lot of them in the past, so the goal is to go over and review them and build them. So how they go together, and what I think of them as a build. So we're going to start with that. So today I've started putting together my band of 6 mercenaries. I've got 3 more to go. So I thought we'd go through what I use, what I do, and how it goes. So it's been asked before, and I put in the comments, I use Charlie Foxtrot bases. I like the way they work. I think they work. They look good. Manufacturer, they're probably the same. I've just stuck with Firechock, so I've always found him to be very reliable and to have great customer service and great communication. So obviously, those who don't build regularly, you'll need a blade, snips to get them off of the sprue, which I've already done here, but need them. Obviously, a bit of super glue to go onto the wood, and your plastic glue to put them all together. So those who've done before, they know that they come on sprues like this. So that's why you need snips to cut them all off. I reviewed this mercenary on my channel already, so if you want to look at the actual view of the sprue and what's on it, have a check there, and you'll see them. So today I'm going to be building the Mercenary European Infantry 1450 to 1500 box set by the Perry Brothers and Perry Ventures. Before we get fully into the video, like and subscribe to the channel for up-to-date videos. I don't post a lot as regularly as I'd like. This is due to work commitments. However, I post when I can, and hopefully you like what I do. I've been concentrating mainly on the all the roses for Never Had a Build Work, and that's what this force is for. But again, I'd ask anybody if you want me to review anything particular or any other eras and models, please put some in the comments below, and I will do what I can to accommodate you all. So, back today, we're going to build. You've got 3 to build. Finish off the force, as it were. This will bring the force off. So we'll do this, put them together, show what I do, and we'll go from there. What I will say is I've recently converted to Tamiya Extra Thin Cement. Comes in a lovely glass bowl, which for me is quite handy because sometimes it's getting squashed and falling on the floor and breaking as much. Also, it doesn't have, those of you who use Citadel, Humbrol and all the other ones that have the metal spout, it doesn't clog, which I love. This I actually got because I couldn't get hold of GW Citadel glue at the time, so I went to Hobbycraft and I picked up some of this just to see how it was good. I've not looked back, if I'm honest. There's an awful lot of glue in the box, in the pot, so it takes ages to run out, and it comes with a nice fine brush for application. So once your models are off the sprue and you've dry fitted them, which I've done here to what I want, it's a case of just cleaning up, checking any mold lines, any bits of sprue that are still on, just taking them off. Now I use a dull blade for this rather than a sharp blade, which is a hindrance sometimes, but at the same time I find it just gives me, it doesn't dig into the model, the sharp blade. When this blade gets too dull, I'll put a new one on it, but I'll dull it off a wee bit on a bit of wood first of all, and this is just to save me from digging straight into the model and taking chunks out of the model. So I want to hear how you guys are all doing, just to clean these up now. I want to hear what you guys are up to, how your forces are progressing, and how your building and painting is going. And if you played the game, I haven't actually managed to play the game yet. This is due to work commitments and life basically. And obviously what's been going with COVID and that, I've not been able to even get a test game in. So I'm hoping to get one in over the next month or two, which is why I'm pushing forward with my force and want the encouragement for you guys of painting. I'd also like to see what you guys have done for liveries. A quick look into my army list. It's a very basic army list. I'm sure most of you have got probably very similar to just ensure that everything's the same. But what I'm looking at is I'm going Yorkist army. So the lords I'm looking at the moment are Lord Falkenberg, Edward the Fourth, not Richard. Richard's later. I'm going to do Richard later on, and I'm toying with either Warwick the Kingmaker or Richard, Duke of York. Now, the Richard Duke of York or Warwick the Kingmaker for now will just be commanding a unit of horses, cavalry. I'll say no more to the reveal my army list, which will be in the next video. So give me a bit of heads up what lords you're using, what livery, and even where you're getting, if you're getting flags for them, if you're getting transfer for them, where you're getting them from, because I'd love to know what you guys are using and who you're using and who you recommend. I know who I recommend, and that will show as things get built and painted. I will tell you what I'm using, and I will tell you where I'm getting my stuff from. But I want to know who you guys use, because you know what, you may use something I've not heard of before, which is always a possibility, and they may be really nice, and I might go, ooh, I'll give them a go. Now, I'm currently, so look at Lord Funkenberg, and his colour scheme or livery that it always comes with is obviously blue and white, and I've seen that many times. But actually, the orientation of the jerseys or the jackets differ in people's opinions or in some of the feedback. So I'd be interested to see what you guys are doing and how you're doing them. So please put me in the comments what you're doing, or send me a message if you don't want to do that, and let me see what you're doing and where you're getting stuff from. That'd be much appreciated. Right, I'm just going to clean up this last crossbow and arm, and then we'll put them together. Here we go. Now, like anything else, if you're new to game, if you're new to sort of wargaming, just take your time with it. Don't rush it. Make sure you're happy with the position. I know a lot of people use blue tack to dry fit. I don't. Maybe I should do, but you know, it's all what you choose. But I just tend to dry fit and hope. I do a wee bit of dry fitting if I can, but I don't tend to use blue tack for it. But I know others do, and actually I probably should do. But you know, what am I going to do? So first things I do, obviously, I see the stand. I tend to pick the base up where I want them to sit. So we'll see what we've got here. So a lot of these things you just need to put a small amount of super glue on it. You don't need much, and then pose it up. Obviously, if you're not happy with the exact rotation, the joy of round bases is you can literally alter it as you go. There we go. Now, I've done that. The joy is, can I remember exactly what one is doing what? So, he'll go with that one. This is where I always get it wrong, and I'll pay for my insolence. So, give them 2 days to dry. While I'm doing that, I just want to sort of go over some things that I found in my time building and modelling. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. I think that's the biggest thing. You know, green stuff or any other filler is a great fixer. If you do make a wee little mistake, don't be afraid to fix it and do something different with it, just to kind of see what you're doing and play around, because at the end of the day, you will learn by our mistakes. For the veterans out there who've been doing it for years, I'm sure they'll say the same. They've been through it, they've done it, they know full well that some things work for them, other things don't. And what works for them may not work for somebody else. So, give me a bit of time. I don't worry about gluing them 100% properly as long as they're on. So, then just checking I haven't missed anything, which I have on this one. I apologise. I was just checking this to see if I'd missed anything. And I missed this side. Didn't quite give it a full clean. This side seems to be okay. So, a bit on and a bit on. Say, what I like about this glue is if you look at the nozzle, it's nice and thin. It's got a really good fine point, and that you can see it back there going. It just allows you to get a bit more precision. Better than I find the metal nozzles that you sort of blobbing on. That gives you a nice wee precision, lets you do what you want to do with it. So, glued on it, push it on. Now with these ones that come pre-made, I actually find probably one of the hardest ones to position, because you've got less play with them because they're already attached. So it's just taking your time, lining it up and hoping you get the fit you want. And if you don't, Joybird cements, you've always got a bit of time just to move it around, just to get the right fit. I'm happy with that. Put a bit on his head. The one thing I have found, more so with the Perry miniature with plastics, and it's I find with a lot of plastics, I suppose, is they don't always, the heads don't always fit on as neat. They don't have the side seam. So sometimes a little bit of shaving around, a little bit of playing around, just get the head to fit nicely, makes a big difference. Now, with the mercenaries, you get some accessories. Obviously, you get the bolt holder and ratchet. Now, he's obviously got his up, so you make sure you get the right pouch, as it were, to somebody is quite important, purely because you don't want to give a ratchet to somebody who's already got who's using the ratchet, and then someone without a ratchet without one. Again, it's a bit of silliness, but it makes it in. It's just putting it on at the back here. Give it a hold for a few seconds. Now the only issue with this is I've got some on my finger. There we go. And he can sit nicely at the front of the guy back. So I have 2 more to go. What I'll talk about as well is, as many of you know, Crosman come with phases. I hope I said that wrong. If I said it wrong, large shields for those who aren't sure what that is. And in the pay mention instructions, it actually talks about you being put on the back of the model and having them on the back of them. Now, my thing with that is, it's cool if that's what you want. I'm not going to do it on mine, and the reason I'm not going to do it on mine is purely because, never mind the bill hooks and Osprey, some Osprey rules as well, don't actually give them to the model automatically. You've got to pay for them, which is fine, not an issue at all. I don't mind having to pay for them points wise. So what I'm looking at, let's make sure I get this around the right way. So what I've been looking at is to have them mounted separately, and those who've got them on the bill hooks will see that they've done something similar in their way. They have done it separately and just have them separate. So what I'm going to do with mine is, you get quite a few. You know, it's not just not a couple. You get quite a few in the box. These green bases. Now you get these green bases in the pay miniatures themselves. I'm going to have effectively 2 lined up like this at the front of my unit. I'm going to build some ground. I'm going to put some ground in, then build up a little bit. So it's the same sort of height as the bases here. Sort of, you're looking at maybe double height like that. So I may even glue a couple together. Just get the height up I want. Put some ground on them, and then what we're going to do is I'm using these pervasers. There's 2 types. You get these ones in the box, and you get ones with a ridge down the middle. But these ones have the spikes, and the idea is they jam in the ground. So the idea will be, what I'll do with these is once I've built the ground, I'll put a bit of putty and build the ground up a wee little bit, and I'll put them in the ground so that they look quite nice to stick in. Again, transfer wise for them, I've seen some lovely transfers out there for the pervasers, try to say it right. Especially ones from Burgundy. Little Big Man Studio has some lovely ones, which I'll be putting on, and I will do a wee little video about when I do them as well, purely because I do know that some people have had trouble using the Little Big Man Studio ones because they're not your usual water slide transfers that people are used to using from GW, from Airfix, and all the ones out there. They're not your basic water slide ones where you put wet and slide them off. They're kind of like a sticky one that you stick on. So we're going to look at that as well. But once I get around to painting these troops, I will order those and have them up, and then I will do a wee little video how to use them properly. Now, I've used them a few times, their stuff. I use them on my Romans, which I just think they are lovely transfers. They look absolutely beautiful. too much glue. And they go on. Once you get used to them, I actually think they're some of the best. Oh, I didn't clean his heads here. I didn't clean the head there. A little bit to clean off, so we'll get that done. Yeah, no, I think they're the best ones to use, and actually they take a little bit more time to use. I wouldn't say the quickest to use, but actually you do get the best result with them, I've found. So we'll do a wee video about that as well. Now, obviously, when you put the heads on, you want the heads to face the way the model's facing. You can have a wee little tweak to it, little turn to it, but you want to make sure the model is facing the right way. What you don't want to do is have it facing the wrong direction, or it just puts the whole sort of composition of the model off. Now, obviously, for him, I'm going to be using this little bolt. It has no ratchet on it like that added to it, because obviously he's already ratchets in his crossbow up, ready to load the bolt in. So again, make sure you get the right extra to it is quite important. So as this video comes to an end, as he is done there. So he is my 6th one. So that is my unit of 6 done for the Force. Now, I say the plan, we'll go over what the next few videos will be. All going well, they'll be done in the next few weeks. I'll have them all done. And I will get them all leveled off for you guys and get them all painted off and done. First one, we'll be going through the list of what Match Time is. It'll be a small video just going over who I've used, what the livery colours are, where I got that information from as well, because that's handy for a lot of people, and the points of the Force. So I've gone for 100 point Force. There's nothing particularly special in it. It's just for now it's a basic Force. The goal would be eventually to go up to 150 points, and I think that makes a nice size one, but they do recommend, especially to start off with, is a 100 point army to play. And then the videos of that, as I paint each unit up, we'll do videos on painting them and how I paint them, but also actually on how they're progressing and what they're doing. But I say in the comments below, put what you'd want to see, like and share the video, and please, have a happy wargaming, enjoy it time we've got, and hopefully as we're all getting back to playing games again, we can sort of spread some more what we're doing. Follow me over at Simple Wargaming. We also do Simple Wargaming 3D prints, so if you go on to that one there and look at that as well, and we'll go from there. People say happy wargaming, and I will see you all soon.